Okay, so let's actually start discussing what like fractions are, and all that like fractions and what we're going to be doing in the future, unlike fractions, are is just a method of comparison. It's a way it's just a naming convention used in order to try to differentiate between the different types of fractions that you have. And the main portion, the main thing about this is that, for example, we have two fractions over here, and the thing that makes them like or unlike in that we're going to be discussing in the future video is the fact that both of the denominators are same. If the denominators are same, they are like fractions, okay? But there is a specific thing that you have to look out for, and the thing is that they have to be in the simplified form. Both of the fractions need to be as simplified as possible, okay? So we're going to be doing an example later on about that. So if the two fractions, let's say they are simplified, in this case they are, if then they have the same denominators, they are just going to be what the mathematicians called like fractions, okay? So the numerators, they can have different values. They can take on any value that you want, but as long as they're a fraction, and in the case of a fraction, they can actually take on any value. The only value that the denominator cannot take is 0, right? So why does this actually matter? As I previously said, it's just a naming convention that, like, for comparison purposes and stuff. So let's actually go through some examples. Now we have two fractions over here, 5 over 17 and 8 over 17. Now the first thing that we have to check out is are these two simplified or not? In this case, they are, okay? You can actually check them out. You can pause the video anytime you want to check whether what I'm doing is correct or not. And in fact, if I actually make a mistake, and believe me, I make a lot of mistakes, you can actually point that out. Now, they are both simplified. I actually checked them out, and they have the same denominators. So what are we going to call them? We are going to be calling them like fractions, okay? So let's get on to our second example. 7 over 21, 5 over 21. First thing you have to ask is whether or not they are simplified. Okay, actually they're not. Oh yes, because the first fraction, if you actually look closely, is it can be simplified. It has 7 on both sides, okay? Like for example, I didn't actually make the slide for that, but on the numerator you have 7, but on the denominator, what do you have? You have 7 times 3. 7, what is 7 times 3? It is 21. So you can actually cancel out the 7s, okay? That is exactly what I did. So you were left with 1 over 3. Now, yes, they're simplified. Now, do they have the same denominators? If not, they're not like terms, okay? But they are simplified fractions, which is good enough. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something. Yeah, and this is all there is to it.